Hey guys, from wherever you're watching, Liam here, otherwise known as Viper Z, Div 1 Racer, and with me tonight to commentate on the Season 11 meet and greets is Daniel, otherwise known as XLXY90. How you going, Daniel?
Hey, good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Keen to watch some nuts racing. It was a good
Keen for
night
a
of
weird
racing.
one?
Oh yeah. It was plenty of weird actions taking place. Obviously the meet and greet is just what we do before the season. We we shoot some cans and we sink some piss and we have a bit of fun with our Renault RSO1, which is the season car. And so we'll jump straight into the action and we're going to go to Dragon Trail Seaside for race one. As we load in here at Dragon Trail Seaside, a beautiful location in the Croatian hills. We'll see our starting grid here is none other than Keaton takes pole again, no surprises there. Jesus in behind, Vipers in behind, Mid-Mat, Crunch, Norm, Captain Risky, DRZ Hatfield, Reeve O'Brien, John O'Stan, and the last two that I was not fast enough to grab.
Apex and Seth.
Here.
11th
Apex and Seth. Thank you, Daniel. This is the top five here in our shot. Fair few coming back, yes, then they're rolling here. So it's a rolling start for this season, so we'll get to see a very different view of how these guys go about their start and how they handle it. Keaton's going to lead the field, just warming their tyres here on the slow weave. Now off they go. Clean start from Keaton, but it's really tough to judge the starts here in this rolling. It's not one where you can really see any outliers. It's a full throttle and you can't make a lot of impact on your starts. Keaton leads them into turn one.
Can't lose any spots, but can't gain any spots on the rolling starts.
No, it's quite dead.
Kind of a controversial thing.
Norm running a bit wide there. He's got Captain Risky in for company behind him. Kicks up the dirt. Risky's looking a bit dangerous already. Just might have
Norman Risky having a play there. Hatfield holding on behind.
Oh, car getting sideways. That's Crunch. Crunch in the wall early.
Crunched his crunch.
Oh, he has crunched the wall. That is not how you want to start the race. They'll have a lot of catching up to do.
Points.
Yeah, luckily for him. Keaton's still clean in the field, leading them out of the S's. That's Jay wide now. Jay.
Zeus is off. Zeus is
big
in the
moment
fence.
there, in the fence hard. Right, that's two relatively top guys in the wall early on. That's an interesting way to start the meet and greet, that's for sure.
Trying to blow the cobwebs out. It's been a couple of weeks since we've raced Sunday leagues.
Dude, as Crunch throws a dive bomb and Jay runs wide again. That's a sloppy start for the GT World Tour competitor.
Dirty tyres, new cars.
A lot of new things to learn, that's for sure. Keaton out to a commanding lead already.
Final corner, Keaton doing Keaton things there.
Pretty standard Keaton things. We'll jump back through the field here. We've got Viper in second, who seems to have gotten a clean start for now. Mid-Mat in behind is being pressured.
About yourself in the third person?
You know, it's something you try and block out. It's it's strange looking at yourself on the replay and you just sort of just chat about him. Go, oh, yeah, this guy's alright, isn't he? But you try not to talk smack. Matt running defensive in the background. Risky trying to run the long run. Ooh, little bit of an overlap. Can't quite get the move done. Matt's got his work cut out for him here. Fair bit of action in the back row. Oh, Jono and Hatfield. Oh, that was tight through the kink there.
Is that Crunch in the wall there? Turn one? Turn two?
So we'll find Crunch. That is Crunch. He's at a moment. That is the worst possible start to a roof season for Crunch. Very lucky, like you said, it's not for points. Running the Sterling Law RSO won this season. That's, yeah, not a great start for him. But there are 6 other races tonight where he can try and redeem a few confidence points. So we'll see how he goes for the rest of those.
Got Jono making a move up the inside of Norm there into the second hairpin. Coming into the bus stop chicane now, the death chicane.
Oh, death chicane's always going to catch out a few people in round one. See how Jono takes it. Right out to the wall, clips the apexes.
He's in the
Norm in hard.
Fence. Norm.
Oh, an apex in the background. Saw that one too. He spun it. Oh, Seth hits it too. Wow. And Apex can't do a flick turn, so he's just gone straight into the wall again.
This team's going to have a fun time paying for those repairs.
Oh yeah, Gamesman will not have a cheap season. I can say that much.
Risky and Matt getting...
Still looking at it, yep.
Up
Got a bit of an overlap. Oh, great move there from Aiden. Aiden is Captain Risky. Yeah, we have the tendency to use some real names. Can't really cut it out sometimes.
No, it's one of those filters. Just one of those filters. You can't stop doing it. And Matt, we can call Matt because he's Mint Matt.
Well, he's Mint Matt. That's the Matt Mint.
Keaton off doing boring stuff again.
Don't really want to watch Keaton, he's just too boring.
No, that's right.
Apex a fair chunk behind the field now. Crunch even further. Good to see he hasn't rage quitted though. You don't want to see people rage quitting in the meet and greet. It's not really in the spirit of the things.
No, it's a fun night.
Oh, exactly.
Everyone's here to have a laugh.
Yep.
You also want to test out your hosting, your new hosts if you've got a new host as well. If you've got some new names, you want to make sure you're all compatible with each other's internet. Make sure there's no big disconnect errors through the race or on the starting grid.
Yep. And that's why. So we had DRZ Hatfield posting the field here for the night, and I think we actually moved over to Razor eventually, and he hosted the night for us. That was really kind of him. Thanks to Razor. Oh, Jono getting well sideways through there.
A lot of sideways.
Oh.
Hatfield sideways behind as well. Hatfield's going to lose 2 positions here.
Brian having a stiff at Matt. When he gets the move done, Jono corked in behind Matt there. Oh, there's contact. Oh, that's awkward. That is awkward. Oh, and Jono's gone too. Oh, God. Oh, wow. What's happened to Matt? Let's see if we grab him. Oh, he's fallen well behind. Wow, that was awkward contact. That was, wow.
Don't need to pay the greenskeepers on that corner now.
No, could say that much. Oh, Matt's got a lot of catching up to do here. That's it's less than ideal for him and Jono, who are friends as well. And I'm not sure they're friends anymore. Oh, Jono has planted him in the wall hard. There's no love lost between these two.
In the chaos that we've just witnessed there, Captain Risky's got past 5%. My co-commentator here today.
Oh, yep.
He doesn't like talking about himself in the third person.
That's pretty typical of me to be passed by Captain Risky. You know, it's just about now. I'd probably think about throwing a fat dive bomb on Captain Risky. Just send it straight down his inside. Wouldn't care if I put a big dent in the door. Go on, send it, son. Send it.
I'm surprised you used brakes there, Viper.
Well, no, see, if you just go straight into the back of him, it's too obvious. So you've got to be a little bit cautious.
Got to pretend like you're trying to make the corner.
No, exactly, yeah. Right at the apex.
Oh!
I did not make the corner.
No, you did not make the corner.
No, okay. Now's a good time to pan away from that then. Because Keaton's still in the lead in the McLaren RSO one.
Roll back a little bit.
Yeah.
Back down through the field.
And of course, Aiden's just regained second from me, who's somehow still clinging on to third. I've got Brian for company in fourth.
Revo teammates, am I right there?
That's right, yep. Obviously, the introduction of Revo Satellite Racing for this season of Ruse. They're not an official team yet, but they have brought in some big names, such as In6 Jesus, who is, like we said, a World Tour competitor. So it's great to have Revo on board, and we'll see what they're like for the next season. That's Norm getting sideways there in front of him, actually. That's
big wobble
big
there.
Moment, yeah. And he's in the gravel. That's a sad end to a strong race for Norm. He was doing quite well there. So we'll try and get up to speed here. But yeah, now the Revo teammates are right close to each other on track, Jay and Brian.
Holding out third, fourth and fifth there.
Not bad.
Revolution Satellite Racing.
Now I would like to stress I am not a Revolution Satellite Racing driver for Ruse yet. I'm still repping the Ignition Controls Racing livery and the camaraderie, and for now Revo can go do their own thing. I don't mind how they go, as Brian and Jay go side by side in behind me. No love lost between the teammates. We'll jump up front here as Caden's only got a few corners to go. Oh, very tight to the wall. Caden squeezing every inch out of the RSO1, even till the end. Flying to the final corner here. It's a very Caden performance, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, very boring.
Very boring, not much fun.
The fans.
No, he sort of just crosses the line and does his thing. As Caden comes across.
On the line.
No spins. Look at that. It's just straight across the line. Oh, well done to Caden. And Captain Risky, who was looking at a Div 2 demotion, he's stamping his authority on Div 1. Viper's at crosses at P3. He couldn't quite do it though. Brian and Zeus 4 and 5. Hatfield for 6. Norm somehow recovers for 7. It was not much competition for him there. And then Mint Matt. Oh, we've lost 8th here. Oh no, it was Jono. Jono in 8th. Mint Matt recovers to 9th. Apex close in behind at 10th.
Crunch is still there.
Still finishing 11th. Well done to Crunch.
Good stuff.
And that's our field. Good little race there. That's
yeah, it was action packed.
Bit of fun. Yeah. Good taste of things to come.
Where do we go to next?
It's Monza next. So
beautiful.
Should be a reverse grid. We'll keep the rolling start thing going, and we'll see how we go in Monza. And here we go as we load into Monza, home of speed in Gran Turismo and the world. Jesus is on pole with Keaton in behind, Norm, Crunch, Captain Risky, Mintmat, Revo Brian, Razor, Viper Z, Apex, Rota AU86, Hatfield, Seth, and Jono Stan rounding out the field. Do a quick flick. All the gorgeous liveries on display. It's a good looking field this time by. Can't quite see towards the back. There we go, there's Jono. Quad. And Rota's decided to take Parabolica early.
Strange line that
now
one.
He's taking it in reverse.
Now,
okay.
I haven't raced at Monza myself, but I don't think that's the right way to do it.
I don't think he's doing this correctly. Rota's well behind the field now, and we'll jump forward as they've started. Jesus leads the field. Monza, an absolute slipstream heaven. Quite easy to overtake into turn one, but Keaton's not quite going to get there. Norm in behind, looking dangerous. Crunch runs a little wide back there, and he's around. Crunch turned around by Risky. That's nice of Risky.
Yeah, it is.
It's a nice little touch. I think we've had more chaos back there. Crunch, and now Seth as well. Seth got involved.
Seth joined in on the action.
And Rota's still doing donuts at Parabolica. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Jump up towards the front. Keaton's going to have a dive at Jay here. Gets it done. Norm
done.
Stiffening behind. Matt,
Norm
Razor,
slipping
Brian.
in there.
Viper next to him. Oh, there's a bump over the curb there. Oh, and Brian's just punted Viper Z off. Oh, so dirty. Unbelievable, Brian. Unbelievable. Teammates in the FIA season. That's not too happy with that. And he gets passed by Seth just to rub salt in the wounds. Jesus. Oh, and we see a car off in the background there.
Is Brian going to get a talking to for that incident, Viper?
Yeah, I think he might. I think it would be pretty wise of him just to sort of let him go for the rest of the season. Just give him the championship line. There's Matt and Razor side by side through Ascari. That never really works.
No.
Let's see if it does this time. No. Oh, Razor with a huge moment. Oh. How has he saved that? Oh, he splits the field. Oh, Brian and Risky. Oh. You cannot get closer than that without a horrible accident occurring.
I don't know how Razor saved that.
No.
We've said it before and we'll say it again. He doesn't have thumbs.
No, he lost his thumbs on a routine hysterectomy, and he struggles to drive. I don't know how he does it. I mean, the fact that he's in P7 is quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed. There's a little three-car battle happening at the front here. It's Keaton with Jay and Norm behind. They're all pressuring each other, keeping each other close company.
Four-car battle behind that. Matt leading
Risky,
Aiden. Brian and Razor.
Well sideways over the curbs.
Razor just giving Aiden a little Risky
little touch up there.
Yep.
And these two obviously are direct teammates. And Aiden's got the inside line here. We'll see if he can outbrake him. Might even have a sniff at Brian if he's feeling ballsy. No, he just tucks in behind. Keeps the spot from Razor though. I think that's what he was most wanting. It's a feisty little battle here.
Oh, he's looking up the inside of Brian there at the first Lesmo.
Oh,
couldn't quite get it to stick.
Could have been contact there. It was good space left by both. See if Aiden gets a good enough, Risky, my apologies, could get a good enough run here down into Ascari. Just tuck in behind the slipstream, see what can happen.
No, he's played it safe there, I think.
Yep, into the braking zone. He's just going to
and
tuck
Brian's
in behind.
pushed it wide.
He has, yep. Well wide for Brian.
Got through. And both the BHR guys have gone wide at the exit.
Oh god, yep. There. That's disaster for BHR as Hatfield flies by Razor. Jono stand too. So, there's contact there. There are some serious issues going on in this BHR team. They've got to get their driver sorted. Whew.
Now, was that fair play or was that foul play?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with foul play this time. I don't think.
Filthy.
Yeah, I don't think Razor can blame it on his lack of thumbs, and Jono Stan is just one aggressive driver these days.
Oh no, he's come across the back of him on the pit straight.
Missed that one.
He's tried to.
The lead here. Jesus has grabbed the lead here off Caden. That's Caden not doing Caden things, and definitely not doing Caden things as he nearly spins it. That's the Caden things we like to see.
Jono Stan has finally taken Razor out of the race.
Oh no.
Coming to turn 1.
Oh no.
You'll
Razor's done. Oh, he's been reset again, Razor. Oh no. He's having a shocker.
Straight up not having a good time.
Those lack of thumbs, that's hurting him as Jono continues in 8th. He'll be feeling a little smug, I tend to think.
A little grin on his head.
Indeed, yep. Someone's hit a bollard for 6 there. As Hatfield around the outside of Brian. Lesmo 1. He gets it done. Wow.
Makes it stick very clean.
Very tidy move for a man who is only in Div 1 supposedly because he is a mod. I think otherwise sometimes.
Power.
I don't know, a move like that. Not a bad spot. Mid defending from Risky, who's made some serious ground after getting caught up with Razor and Jono. Those BHR dirty boys. Caden's caught onto the back of Jay and Norm again. Can't ride out Caden ever. Although you can ride out his confusing obsession with McLaren.
Yes.
I'm not sure why he's made the decision to run a McLaren RSO 1. Looks great, but I am confused. I
Someone
am
needs to tell him that
confused.
it's a Renault.
Yeah.
I don't think he realises that.
Yeah, that badge on the front might not be obvious enough for him.
No, I don't think so.
He hops in and he puts the McLaren badge on the front and he goes, "This is a McLaren 650S. I don't care what anyone says." They're side by side into 1 here.
Oh,
Norm's gone. Norm is gone.
Norm's gone to the escape route, but the unconventional way.
And he's flicked it around. That's a good little flick turn there, Norm. He's using his karting experience there, and he knocks the bollards out just for good measure. Glorious, Norm. Glorious. Love your work.
Lovely stuff.
Lovely. So he rejoins out of Jono. Brian chasing
Captain Risky
Hatfield.
has got past Mint Matt again there somewhere after his manoeuvre on Dragon Trail last race.
He has. It looks like Matt was giving him a bit of grief. Those cars are really aggressive through there. A lot of slide coming out of the Della Roggia chicane. They've got attitude, this RSO ones.
They can cop bumps though.
Oh yeah, no, they handle them pretty well. Throw it into Lesmo 2 here. It's still Jesus leading the field. This is not what we're used to be seeing. We're used to Keaton domination, but he's just not quite pulling it off at the moment. Risky with another podium so far, as he flies through Ascari here.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a wiggle. That is a wiggle.
That's not going to help his
He's crunched that
chances.
hard. No.
Yep.
We were just talking him up, but I guess commentator's curse for a replay still applies.
Is that a crunch pun?
You know, it could be. It could be.
Jono's fixed him up again.
Jono's fixed him. Yep.
Jono's created the new RSO 1 Lawnmower Edition.
It's nice. Nice.
Yes.
I don't really have any words for that. Don't have any words. Jono's right on the back of Norm here. This is it's well and truly one of Jono's favourite circuits. I'm not sure he's going to enjoy being back in 7th, but I think he may enjoy this battle with Norm. 7. He tends to do some good work around Monza, as he he does some more good work, and he's set Norm. Norm's eaten it. He has eaten it, to say the least. He's had a good race, this fella.
Escape route pretty well.
Oh, he does, yeah. That's twice down there.
2 in a row.
Well done, Jono. Let's see what's happening here. Mid-mat third.
Do you want to give it best on ground for this race so far, Viper? Who would you give it to?
You see, it's hard to go past Jesus and Keaton. I mean, they're putting on a great battle at the moment. They're really close. Keaton's re-grabbed the lead while we've been watching the chaos, but I think I'm just gonna have to give it to Jono Stan. I mean, some absolute quality sends there. He's clearly
bangers.
Bangers and crunches. Like it's stunning. As Jesus has a sniff there, but Jono Stan's clearly got his car control mastered, and he knows his way around men with no thumbs. So I'm gonna have to give it to Jono Stan. See these lead 2 heading down towards Parabolic here. This is the final lap. We don't have the stats up at the moment, but Jesus is going to have to throw something if he wants to make it work. As he looks around the outside, Keaton, he's going to make it easy for him. No, Keaton, what are you doing? A bit of a lock up there. The side by side. Oh, Jesus around the outside. We'll see if Keaton can get the drive. He's still got the inside line. It's going to be line ball, but Jesus has got it done. Wow.
That inside, the outside slingshot that you get from Parabolica at Monza.
That's not very Keaton-like. As Matt crosses the line in third. Diaz at Hatfield, the supposed non-Div 1 driver in fourth. Brian in fifth. Captain Risky recovers from Chaos to go to sixth. Norm in seventh. Vipers that in eighth. Very quiet race. Jono, the Chaos man, is going to come across in ninth and put it in the wall once again.
Only just scraped ninth from Apex in 10th.
From Apex. Crunch in 11th, who again a quiet race for Crunch. As Jason puts on Razor, my apologies, his best drifting display back in 12th. I'm not sure if this is drifting or if he's just realised he has no thumbs. And he's going to slow down here. And he's backing
Jason,
up.
Razor, you can't line up for the next race.
No, he's keen for another race, and he's...
He wants to go again.
Well, I feel like that could be his grid start, but it's hard to say. And he's stopped again. I think there's some real car issues with this RSO1.
He's gone over. I think there was some gearbox issues right at the end there.
Gearbox issues, some body issues, no thumbs, you know. Poor bloke.
A lot of stuff going on for him.
But that was a changing of the guard there as Jesus grabs the lead and wins it. Thoughts there?
And that was Monza, everyone. Caden get brought back a peg. He's had it his own way for far too long. What someone needs to do, someone like Jesus, get up the front there and maybe send Keaton off into the dirt one or two times.
Oh, everyone would love to see that. Just straight into the dirt and no more Keaton. Yeah. Well,
see if our hopes can be delivered at Yamagiwa, our next race on the circuit.
Race 3, and we'll see how it goes. As we load in here at Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa. This is race 3 of our Sunday League meet and greet for season 11. We've got Captain Risky on pole, the Vipers in behind, Norm, Jesus, Midmat, Mustafa joins us for this race, Razor, Apex, Revo, Brian, Diaz at Hatfield, Rose at Crunch, and Jono Stan at the back of the field with Keaton in there as well. We'll just flick back and grab those extra cars. It's Hatfield, Rose, Crunch, Keaton, Jono, and they're rolling.
Here. Keaton's found a slightly different shaped RSO1.
That is an interesting RSO1, and in front of him, that's Rhoda doing Rhoda things donuts. Again. Yes. We'll enjoy Rhoda's donuts at a later point. He's actually now looks like he's got technical issues. As the field go into turn 1, we've completely missed the start there. Thank you, Keaton and Rhoda. As Captain Risky flies in, Viper in behind, Norm, Jay, Matt, Mustafa with Razor in behind, Apex, Revo, Brian, Hatfield. Crunch. Keaton sideways into one in that Tesla. That has not got the best weight distribution, apparently. Hard into the wall there. Oh, Keaton.
Testing out the safety rating of the Tesla there.
It sounds like it. He's gotten quite bored of just winning by miles, even though Jay beat him last time, and he's gone for something electric. Back to Risky at the front. It's a comfortable lead for Captain Risky. He's just gotten off to a nice, quiet start. It's all you can do in these rolling starts for the RSO1. There's not a lot that can go wrong as such. It's just trying
to get through turn 1 cleanly.
Exactly. It's trying to maximise your run through turn 1 and just sort of get away with it if you can. So it's good from Risky, who interesting stat here. He's never won a major community event or a Sunday League race. That is absolutely amazing from someone who is regularly one of our top runners. He's absolutely riddled with bad luck, is Risky, and we hope he gets there one day. But part of us inside hopes he doesn't. So that's Viper and Norm getting really sideways over the curbs, and he's in the wall early. Norm is not having the best night so far. Oh, he's dropped it again. And he's dropped it again.
And he's wide, and Thumbman had to try and avoid him there.
Ooh, and there's someone in the wall back. Well. Yep, was it Jono Stand? Yep, Jono Stand as well.
Yep.
Those two will rejoin. Chaos up ahead. Razor sideways out of the final corner. Woof! This is and he's bumped Mustafa. Mustafa gives him one back. This is hard racing here from these boys.
Very hard racing.
Mustafa, who's
not fair, but very hard.
Very hard. He throws it in sideways there. Mustafa isn't a Div 1 driver, but is joining us for this race. Not sure why. I didn't ask him, but he's decided as Razor goes well wide. That's not the ideal line there.
He was a Div 1 racer at one point, though, Mustafa.
He was.
So we'll give him credit. He has got some sort of driving ability. He hasn't shown it yet, but...
No. We do wonder if he's got any left. Mustafa, who was one of the Div 1 aliens back in the day, if those of you who are still watching were retro rusers, he was one of the top dogs of GT6 Div 1. Made it all the way to GT Academy, where he was infamously shown leaning in the simulator. That's right, he was leaning through the corners like he was trying to move the weight distribution of a Logitech wheel, yes.
Are you trying to say that doesn't work? I do that.
Now, I'm not trying to say it doesn't work. All I'm trying to say is when you do it on camera, you do look a tad silly. So, well done to Mustafa. He has made a lifelong meme of himself, so we salute you, sir.
Now, is he go-kart leaning or was he car leaning?
Now, imagine go-kart leaning without the buckles.
Yes.
Exactly. It's Crunch with a big moment there. He was lucky not to plant that in the wall.
Tricky little chicane, that one there. I always managed to find myself on the outside of the exit there.
Yeah, look, it's...
normally doing a norm.
It looks... doing a norm. It looks quite simple to finish off that chicane, but it's got a lot of attitude about it. It's easy to drop the car off the curb. I mean, this RSO1, it handles bumps well, but it doesn't like when you slide it off the curb. So you'll see Risky here. Every time he drops it off a curb at the front, the car sort of likes to kick out a little bit, and it's not easy to keep in check. So it's an interesting car to handle through corners like that, and the bus stop at Dragon Trail Seaside, like we saw earlier.
It's almost like a little trampoline curb, that one at Seaside.
Absolutely.
Hit that wrong, the front end of the car just picks up, and the last thing that you see before you die is curb.
You'll end up doing a Patrick Blaschen, who, for those of you who don't know, managed to absolutely clobber that wall in the FIA Gran Turismo Championships World Nations Cup final in Sydney. So that was his podium chances gone when he clobbered that. And we'll see who does that next week on Sunday at the RaceOnOz Season 11 Dragon Trail Seaside round. This is only a 3-lap race, I'll remind you all, so it's quite short. We did have a mix-up of hosts. This is when Razor was already hosting for us.
Running a bit behind time here.
Little bit, yeah. It was getting late in the night, so it's Captain Risky coming to the final corner. Now, it's not a proper win, but he is going to fly in and probably take it, although... Oh my god!
What has happened there?
Oh, that is an absolute brain fart from Viper's Ed, as he's come in and just accidentally taken out Captain Risky. I can't imagine what's gone on there. No, I can't believe it. Jesus spun out before the line, just crosses in time. Viper's Ed follows him in.
They must have just added mechanical damage because there was no brakes there.
There was no brakes at all. I can't imagine what's happened. That was unbelievable. I can't believe we just witnessed that. And
there's been a death.
There's been a death.
Reported it.
And it's heartbreak
for live in a replay.
It's heartbreak for Risky. I mean, he hasn't won a race, but even a meet and greet win is something. I mean,
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not, is it?
Try again next time, Risky.
Yeah, next time at Catalunya for race 4, so we'll jump over to there and we'll see if Captain Risky can get a little bit luckier and the Spanish Formula 1 track. And here we are at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. This is a world-renowned Spanish Grand Prix circuit as Jesus takes pole again, Viper's in behind, Captain Risky, Mustafa, Apex, Brian, Hatfield, Razor, Crunch, Mintmat, Norm Keaton and Jono rounding out the rear of the field. I'm not exactly sure how they decided the grid positions here. It was could have been a random grid, but actually Jesus did win the last race, so that would make a lot more sense.
For this race?
No. So it was a continuous grid order. So every race we'd either do fastest first or it changed up later in the night. It was a real mystery. It kept a lot of us guessing. So yeah, you'll just have to sort of try and keep guessing as Jesus leads the field away. It's one thing you can't really commentate well on for the rolling starts. There's not a lot that happens. The cars aren't close together, and it's hard to really hard to say something.
There's no action.
No,
you get no action from the rolling starts.
There's not a lot, is there? It's
no
it's
big
less
movers
than
and
ideal.
shakers.
Less than ideal. As Jay's led the field away comfortably. There's just not much you can really say about it. As Vipers runs a little wide there, Captain Risky's going to dive down his inside. It's a good move there from Risky. And Viper's going to look to return serve, but he's got Mustafa down his inside. He just holds him off as Mustafa gets a little unsettled on the curb. Mail look relatively well maintained in the back. Jesus has got a little bit of an air gap now to Captain Risky in second. And where are Keaton and Midmat, who should be his closest two competitors? Midmat in 10th and Keaton in 12th. That's not where Keaton wants to be at this sort of race, as Jesus is actually going to run wide.
Did do himself no justice there running the Tesla from last round.
No, he didn't do himself any favours. Yeah, Captain Risky's really going to capitalise on Jay's mistake there, and he goes through the lead. He wants this win, as he's right out in the gravel. Good little slide job there.
From last race, Liam.
Yeah,
Liam,
I can't imagine. Viper, Liam, same thing. And he's looped it! He's looped it!
Oh, he's gone! He's put himself in the fence.
Oh, Captain, he rejoins in front of the field. That's plain dangerous there from Risky. I think he should be disqualified from the season.
He should be. No, disqualified from Ruse.
No, I'm not on. Not on at all. Not on at all.
Sebastian Vettel versus Stroll from Monza.
Yeah, it's not cool. This Viper's going to look down the inside of Jesus. Jesus locks up a bit, and Viper takes the lead. That's something we're not used to seeing. He's a bit of a nuffy, that bloke.
Absolute pine cone.
And to have a GT World Tour competitor behind him, he's pretty lucky. He's run wide and choked it. Well done.
He'll find a way to bottle it. Oh wait, there he goes.
There he goes. Yep. Well done, Viper. Well done.
Yep. Good job.
See if he can make up for it. As Razor's got Brian for company behind. We'll see this tight little battle pack.
5 cars in
Apex. So it's sort of stretching back a fair way. I mean, a lot can happen in these ones. As Hatfield throws it down the inside of Brian. Good little move there. Hatfield and Brian going at it a bit tonight. Back to the back. Crunches around in P12.
Not having a good day at all, Crunch.
No,
not having a good day at all.
Straight up not having a good time is what you could say about him.
Yes.
Unlucky, Crunch. Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Razor runs it a bit wide.
Oh, yeah, Razor's wide. Don't want to be out there too often.
No, it's not ideal. Jay's pretty comfortable in the lead here. Viper's definitely choked it and slowed up, so he's a definite idiot.
Yep.
Razor's in P3. We haven't seen him in the podium position tonight, but we know he's got it in him. Hatfield's running a strong night. Apex showing his nose up there. Brian, Hatfield. Mustafa, Matt, Keaton, Norm very close together. Keaton's right in behind there. Jesus. Viper's looped it. Oh!
Well, Viper's done his best work again.
I can't imagine what's happened there. I can only assume he's done an Aiden and just looped it over the curb. Captain Risky, yes.
Just completely run out of talent there. Not that he had much talent to start with.
No, look, there's not a lot of talent to lean on. So, well done. Well done, Viper. But he's kept it ahead of Crunch.
Well, Matt's blocked Keaton down the main straight.
That's feisty. Mustafa sweeps around the outside. Keaton and Matt. Now, these two are great friends. Oh, they're not looking at though. Oh, door to door.
Mint has forced his way through Keaton there.
Well, there's no other way to do it, really. With a guy like Keaton, you've got to make sure he's well out in the weeds before you overtake him, as Mustafa's out there too, and Mintmat's going to capitalise on them both.
Norm's come through Keaton on the inside as well.
Oh, look at that Keaton down the inside. He might get a move done here as he throws down the inside of both of them. Oh, there's contact.
Jesus.
That's not on from Keaton. That's
rubbing is racing, but that wasn't rubbing.
That was not rubbing, as Vipers that flies through with the move of the race. Oh, Keaton.
Norm was not happy about that one there.
No.
You can see his headlights flashing in the background.
Didn't quite pick up on that one, but I would not put it past him. Yeah, amateur move by Keaton, from someone we are not used to calling an amateur, as Brian throws it in the background. Can't quite get the move done on Apex, who is one of our quiet achievers in Div 1. And I'll remind you all, this is our last lap again. Only a 3-lap race. There were 3-lap races for the rest of the night. Like Daniel said, running short on time. As Jesus clobbers the curb there. That is a flick sideways from Jesus.
Now, if he was any sort of a bloke, he'd stop and wait and redress an incident with Hatfield that never happened.
You'd think so, but no, that's not the Jesus way. Hatfield's going to come off with P2. Great defence there from Razor, who's, again, no thumbs. Apex for P4, Brian, Hatfield.
I think this would be the first podium that I've ever seen where 3 people are standing up there, but there's only 4 thumbs.
Yeah, it's they've lost a few thumbs in the mix there. As Vipers that's had an incident on the line. Crunch comes across. Norm's looped it on the final corner. That's why we're held up.
Yes.
Well
Come on,
done,
Norm, hurry
Norm.
up.
Well done. Come on, you're holding the show up here, mate. No one behind you. You are literally crawling across.
Now, Norm's a speedway kind of guy, so he's only ever designed to look to the left.
That's right.
So
yep.
these right-hand corners sort of confuse him a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And when we say speedway guy, we mean something else. So if you know, you know. Yeah. And Norm's going to pull a razor here, and he's just going to crawl across the line. But it does give us some time.
He's got no intentions of finishing this race.
No, it's just poor form from Norm. Poor form, Norm. He's sped up here. Oh, what a champion. What a champion. He's finished the race for us. Thanks, Norm.
Bloody good stuff, sir.
Awesome. But that's another win for Jesus. That's interesting to say the least.
So Catalunya run and done. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's going to be an interesting season. I think a lot of people are going to get overly confident. I think they're going to throw dive bombs. Cough, cough, Keaton. Yeah. Oh, God, it was a bit of a cough there. Sorry. Yeah, but looks like Jesus is going to give him a good battle. It'd be really good to see someone actually challenge Keaton for a championship for once, no matter who it is. So whether it's Jesus, Riri, who is one of the top FIA people, could be joining us this season. Mint Matt, always there. Would be good to have some challenges.
10 championships in a row from GT Sport coming out for Keaton. It's time for him to fall back into the midfield, I think.
It's a bit boring, isn't it? I would like to see him behind Hatfield a bit more. That'd be nice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the replay for Bathurst, which was our race 5, was corrupt. That was our first attempt at a standing start. That went swimmingly as Keaton did not win the race again. Couldn't tell you the winner because thank you, replay. But we will go forward towards Austria at the Red Bull Ring, where our only recorded standing start of the night happened, and it was glorious. From one F1 track to another, we now travel to the hills of Austria at the Red Bull Ring. It's a standing start this time. Captain Risky on pole, or is that Jono stand? My mistake. Keaton, Razor, Hatfield, Norm, Mustafa, Mintmat, Chopper Dog, Viper, Brian, Crunch, Apex, Captain Risky, and Jesus. We finally perfected the reverse grid this time, so it's we finally got it done.
Do you reckon Jono Stan bottled himself? Not Jono Stan. Yeah, Jono Stan bottled himself last time to try and get out in front.
He could do, as we're going to see them launch here. Jono Stan building the revs up. And they're off. Great start there from Jono Stan. He leads Keaton away. It was a bunch in the field there. A lot happening. All the Vipers are out in the grass past Mintmat, who's gotten a terrible start. It's going to be Jono Stan who leads the field, and they're all dicing for position. There's a bit of angst back in the back. Chopper Dog and Crunch get about it. Jono, though, a clean start. He'll get it done. He's weaving a bit up there. It's must be no heat in the tyres. Captain Risky's dropped a few spots there, and Razor serves him up. Oh. Right out in the gravel. And Keaton into
turn 2.
Keaton and Jono have gotten it. Keaton's in the gravel. Jono's somewhere. Jono's P3, and Norm has popped out in the lead. I don't know what just happened.
No. If we had a replay function, which we certainly don't now, we'd be able to go back and dissect and see what's happened. But
Jono's big contact there. Huge contact. That's a big one.
I think there was 3 BHR guys there that were the instigators on that.
It's just those pesky BHR guys, isn't it?
Yeah, isn't it? Those damn green machines.
Speaking of, Risky's just put Keaton off. Wow. I don't have any words for that. Jono flies through as well. Another pesky green machine. I don't have words.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. And I do apologise for the lack of a replay function. Unfortunately, in the replay, you can't do a replay of a replay. So the replay is not to be replayed. Replay. Yes.
Even though we can rewind, we simply do not want to.
No, because it would look unprofessional. And we are not unprofessional here. We are professionals. Professional. Norm is somehow out to the lead. I don't know how that just happened.
No. Where did he start?
I don't know. Oh, it wasn't good. I can tell you that much. But he's got a good lead over, and you won't believe this, it's Hatfield in second. Hatfield.
The man with the widest car on track.
I know. And then there's Thumbless Man in behind him, who's being attacked by Jesus, the GT World Tour competitor.
World Tour man.
Yep. And then behind him, Mint Matt, the other World Tour man. And then Crunch, the not World Tour man. Lawman. That's it. That's a nickname. That's done. Yep. You've given me one.
Yes. Captain Risky. Green Machine Man. Livery Man.
Livery Man, that's right. Apex, who is a
man.
A man.
Who's recently moved to the local area.
looking to buy a house. There is Blend Catman. Shouldn't have said that. Did anyway.
Nope. 5% man. Z-man.
Z-man.
Z.
Yep. There's Boring Man in 12th.
Yes.
And then...
And Revo Burn.
Burn Man. Yes, that works.
Yep.
And then back to Speedway Man at the front.
Yes.
Interesting. We've had a
Mod Man.
another interesting start.
Yes.
Mod Man Hatfield, White Man. I'm not saying that because he is white. I'm just saying because his car is white and he happens to be white. Oh god.
Oh god. Oh shit.
Oh god. Now we've done it.
We're in the fence.
We're in the fence. Yep. As
YouTube,
we're going to start the. Yep. Do not demonetize us. We are a small good racing league called RaceOnOz. Do not demonetize us. We mean well. We will pay you cash and send Aiden's nudes. Yeah, no, nothing happens here. As I don't think Norm can lose this one. He's got a good chunk of space over Modman, who's got World Tour Man in behind. World Tour Man 2,
quite respectable.
He does, yes. He's not thrown an overtake yet. World Tour Man 2 is
sliding
defending.
up the inside of Mint Matt.
It's a good move there. Crunch is caught him behind. Risky.
Oh wow! There's been a death. There has been a death. There's been a fatality.
I'm gonna be sick. I don't know how Mustafa's still driving the car because he does not have a head anymore.
Nope.
Oh, Keaton has just decapitated a man. Oh, Keaton.
And he's finishing him off.
Oh, God.
Who said you're allowed back on track?
No, that's, we've just seen the true colours of Keaton, everyone.
Yes.
Someone who is currently the top BMW driver in Oceania, and he's done that. I don't want to see any more of him.
Aren't orange, blue, and black.
No.
They're a slight shade of vomit. Because that was sick.
Unbelievable, Keaton. As Norm's going to come around the penultimate corner here. It's a nice little drive of Norm. He got lucky from a lot of chaos at the start, but I mean, you can't get too lucky in these races. Do a burnout for us.
Well, Jesus getting boring behind Modman. You're boring.
You're boring. Modman comes across in second. World Tour Man in third. Thumbless Man in fourth, who does a little bit of a burnout. Thumbless Man 2.
He appeases the men. Appeases.
Small Blended Catman in 10th. Shouldn't have said that again.
Burn in 11th. Burn in 11th. Filth Man.
He's filth. Absolute filth, Keaton. Unbelievable. And here's the man we feel sorry for, Mustafa, who closes out the field. Dead man. Wow. What a race.
That was chaos.
That was chaos compiled into 3 laps of the Red Bull Ring. And it makes me very excited for the actual thing. I can't wait for this to kick off. You going to be involved, Daniel? We didn't see you in any meet and greet races tonight.
No, we didn't. No, I think I might be involved. Might commentate, might be involved. Who knows?
Yeah, it'd be good to see do a bit of both. Obviously, the professional commentators on the job here. We're doing a fantastic job and we know it. You don't need to tell us. We know.
No, we know.
There's only one final race to go. It's Interlagos, 3 laps there, and you can just sit back and wait for some more fantastic commentary.
I'm going to have to fetch my bath bucket after that. If there's anything like the last race,
I need to scrub myself clean of Keaton. I just feel filthed with Keaton, and that is not a sentence I like to say ever.
No. Now, being a steward man yourself, Viper, how would you see those events before?
Now, look, if it was up to me, I'd probably only have one driver on the grid for Div 1 each week, and it would be myself. That's how much each driver showed me how well they can drive, especially that Keaton fella. I don't know how he's won 10 Div 1 titles. That was I well and truly need a bath and a shower after that. You just don't expect it.
No, shouldn't say it. Not at this level.
Not at all. And you'll hope to see a little bit cleaner from them in Interlagos. Any thoughts for the final race? What do we think we're going to see from them?
I think we're going to see absolute debauchery. There's going to be death. There's going to be chaos.
I think we may see a car. We may see a car fly into the spectators this race. It'd sort of just match the trend. It
would be.
You can't stop it at this rate. It's chaos from the RaceOnOz Div 1 boys, and I don't like to see it. It's absolutely disgusting.
Makes great viewing for those looking at home, though.
Absolutely, I'm loving it. But I'll cut to the chase, and we'll see what happens at Brazil. And we're back for the final race of the night. The meet and greet has flown by, and we're back at another F1 track. It's John O'Stan starts P1, Mustafa, Keaton, Brian, Small Blended Cat, Viper, Apex, oh god I said it again, Risky, Crunch, Matt, Razor, Jesus, Hatfield and Norm rounds out the field. Sorry Small Blended, oh god no, I can't stop it. What can you do? Well, we've winged it now.
Yep.
It's going to be Jono's standard. We've gone back to a rolling start for this one, which I know a lot of the Div 1 guys aren't too happy about. Just the drivers in general. It's a very interesting prospect, but the way that GT handles it isn't good. It just leaves you without a battle, and it leaves a lot of the guys at the back without a chance for the whole race, unless you see chaos like we have tonight.
Not bunched up enough.
No.
If they move it so you're almost nose to tail on the rolling start, it'd be a lot better.
No,
You
absolutely.
can't make up a position on a rolling start. You're basically just trying to get through the first couple of corners until you can find some
contact there.
slipstream.
Absolutely, Jono and Keaton straight into it. Oh, Jono's gone from pole to P6. That's a flawless start from Jono. Great job there. It's Mustafa, the Div 3 driver, is in the lead of the Div 1 meet and greet.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it?
Nope.
And they're all flying into turn 3, 4, 5. I don't know what corner it is here. And, it's getting really arky here. Beautiful aerial shot of them all flying up. Look at that. Oh, that is a field of RSO1s at its best. Mustafa takes the inside. He's going to hold it from Reeve O'Brien. Keaton's still in P4. Viper Z muscles him out of the way. He's going to hold it up the inside here, but Keaton's holding around the outside. Down in this middle sector. Keaton down the inside. Viper's sort of balked by Brian there. Not great of the Revo teammate Brian. Burn. Not happy here.
Not cool.
Not cool, Burn. Mustafa runs a bit wide, and Burn might get his chance here. As he hold it around the outside, it's a long way to go there. Vipers is going to have a sniff. He might actually pay dividends here. He's going to throw it down the inside.
Oh, in the background, Razor's been turned around.
We've had a big one, have we?
He's doing helicopters.
He's gone. He's rejoined the track here. On the final corner. Oh, right out sideways. Razor is driving like a man with no thumbs at the moment. Wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Can only assume that was the fault of Jono Stan. He's been a filthy driver tonight. Filthy.
Absolutely disgusting.
Disgusting. Oh, yep, that wouldn't surprise me either. And the front three are getting real lucky. Mustafa's out wide. Keaton's cut the course. What are you doing, Keaton?
He's doing his best. He's sick of losing.
He's sick of it.
And Viper Z's followed him on as well. Don't you think he got out of that scot-free?
Oh, I don't think he has, but I don't think Keaton's going to get out of this scot-free either. Viper Z's reporting some brake troubles here. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh dear!
Oh God! No!
Oh,
that's a fatality.
that's a death.
Oh, Jono stands off in the background too. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh dear!
Oh dear!
Well, at least he's ready to get down the escape road.
Well, this is what Keaton gets for being boring, man. This is what happens. Yep. And it's Burn Man.
But himself.
Burn Man is taking the lead.
Zeus is going to join.
Zeus is somewhere.
Zeus went to, could that have been Jono Stan? I reckon that
would have been Jono Stan. It's just surely Jono Stan. Come on.
It's always.
It's always Jono Stan. Although Zeus in 13th, something must have happened to him. I really wish we had the replay features. Jono right out sideways in the background, and Zeus is cutting the track. This is absolute chaos. I don't know what's happening. Razors have been reset. There's a lot of things going on at the moment. I don't know how to keep up.
Now, if we had race control here, we'd call safety car boards and fags. Safety
we would.
Car
Oh, and Jay and Razor have gotten caught up together. Oh, there's a lot of things going on, and I don't know how to call it all. Again, a 3-lap race here, so we're actually nearing the final lap already as Brian's going to start it off for us. Captain Risky around the outside. We'll see if he can get anything done. Brian's just outbroken him here. He's not going to be able to make a move now. Brian runs wide. Risky might be able to over the under. I don't think he will. No, Risky never likes to settle for second. Brian, oh, he's lost it. He's lost it on the curb.
Oh, he's gone.
That is a rookie error for a man who has been driving with us for a long time. And Burn Man has slipped down to 4th. And believe it or not, it is Winless Man who is now in the chance for the final win of the night. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
I'm just waiting for him to bottle it, to be honest.
He's got to. He's bottled every time tonight. It was not Viper Z's fault at Yamagiwa. He bottled it himself. But with Mustafa, the Div 3 man, in second, I don't see how Risky can throw this away. We've got Razor, a car, rejoining. Oh my lord, that was nearly a horrible accident. Razor's gone to take him out, and he's gone straight on. Into the fence. Oh, Razor.
Oh no, he's trying again. Oh,
he's trying. No, who's he going to take out? No. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, he's in front of Crunch. Oh no. Well, at this stage, there's only 2 corners remaining for Risky. Is this going to happen? Daniel, is this going to happen? It can't happen. No, surely. Surely there's a way. No, it can't happen. No. There's Mustafa. Look at Mustafa. He's gone. Yes.
Boom! He's in the fence. It's a home run.
Oh, there's more cars there too. Oh my god, Viper and Mid-Mat.
Oh wow.
Oh, they've all rejoined. Oh, Viper's getting air over the curbs. Oh, that was stunning play. And there's a bollard flying in the background. I think Small Blended Cat's gotten involved. Jesus has had a moment as Razor tries to spear him off. I said it again, but Brian's taken the win. Oh, what has just happened?
What an unpopular win.
As Keaton comes around in P6, Modman in 6. No, I said things wrong. I'm in 7. Winless Man in 8. Mustafa, our absolute hero, with a night in 9th. GC World Tour
He's
Man,
done the
2 in
God's work.
10th. He's done the God's work.
He's done the God's work.
I don't have
Razor
words. What
doing a late pit stop.
He's coming to the pits.
Yep. Must be some irreparable damage he needs to fix up.
I don't have words for what's just taken place. We've just seen some absolutely stunning driving from what we call our finest and best drivers.
That was a quite clean and successful night of racing, I think.
No, absolutely flawless driving. And if you're interested in RaceOnOz, please feel free. We'll drop a description below with a URL, you know, the website that you clicky on. Do that if you're interested. Obviously, we're putting on the finest displays of driving, as you see from Div 1.
Liam and I both have OnlyFans accounts, so if you can sign up for that as well,
that'd be good. Yep,
really
we'll drop more links for our OnlyFans account. Captain Risky's got one too. Just don't tell his parents. That would be very illegal. Until then, what was your thoughts, Daniel? I think that was a good night of racing.
Oh, beautiful racing. Absolutely no stewards' verdicts to be handed down from that. That's all.
We don't need to.
Clean, no. Beautiful, clean racing.
There's no need. It's just clean racing. I mean, you see some of those overtakes, like Mustafa on Risky in the final corner of Interlagos, and you go, wow, that's absolutely stunning. I want to bow for you. I want to bow for Mustafa. You know, I was saying early on that John Ostan probably had my driver of the night, but after that display, I've got to give it to Mustafa, the Div 3 man. I mean, to be performing at that level in the Div 1 meet and greet, I am flabbergasted.
Worst performance of the night would have to be Captain Risky.
I've got to say,
3 wins.
3 wins. It's unbelievable. I mean, for someone who, I think he needs to go down to Div 2. It's Div 1 surely isn't his caliber, but we can't let him go to Div 2. It's just not fair.
No, he's a meme now. He's a meme. He can't have a win.
No. But we're looking forward to the season starting. Obviously, it's Dragon Trail Seaside for 27 laps on Sunday, so we're really looking forward to that. We will be back to regular broadcasts for 3 races this season. Demo 1 Garage on Facebook will be showing Div 1 guys live, so jump on board with that, give him a like, and let him know that he needs to be streaming more of our races because we have some of the top operators in Australia here this season. We are proud of it, as we saw in that last hour of action.
And we simply do not take it serious enough with the commentating things to put on.
No, I mean, you just heard that.
Anywhere near as good as what
we're professional, but this Demo 1 bloke, he's Mark Scaife. So,
yes.
Look, thank you all for joining us. Thanks, Daniel. That was fun. And we'll see you next time.
Time to go get some W's on Warzone.
Get some W's, FA.